So, ladies and gentlemen, this is something I thought I'd never have to cover. Coming from a business standpoint, this is just fucking ridiculous. I don't understand how as a merch company that you can owe someone $16,000 and another one $5,000 by, you know, selling their merch. Aren't you supposed to give the money to them to begin with? I found this out yesterday, I believe. And I was actually going to publish it yesterday, but then I found out more information, so I decided not to, and I decided to wait to see if anything else came up. And I found out a lot more. This is about Bayo and Yuzu using Copium merch, I believe is what they're called. And I originally ignored it, because Bayo originally put out on the 12th saying she wasn't going to work with Copium merch. And then, come to the 27th, she put out a statement saying that she's now owed $16,000 from them. And Yuzu put out a statement around the same time saying she's owed $5,000. Like, how as a merch company do you do that? And because I took business, it really annoys me that a business has done this, because how do you burn your funds? I don't understand. So in today's video, we're going to cover this and the embarrassment of what's happened and the tweets that everyone has put out about it. Because it's not just Bayo and Yuzu, it's also apparently Shoto as well. Though his is kind of like, I don't really know a lot about that one. We'll go into that in a second. I hope you guys enjoy this, because this is just fucking ridiculous. So the tweet that Bayo put out on the 12th, which is the one that I ignored because I didn't think it was going to be important, was that she says in the tweet that she's no longer working with Copium merch, and Spring Bayo, the 2023 merch drop that she did, is effectively the last drop with the company. She says if you're currently waiting on an order from the Spring Bayo drop or any previous drops, those orders are being fulfilled ASAP. She also says if you're having issues with any of your orders, please email at shop@vtubers, because vtubers have actually taken over to help Bayo with what's going on. She said include the subject line, which is Bayo order and then your number of the order, and then include details of your issue. She then goes on to say, I'm incredibly heartbroken on how long it has taken for my community to receive their orders. Even though it was completely out of my hands, I still believe it's my responsibility to make sure your money, patience, and trust isn't wasted, and let you know that I will personally see through all of your merch being delivered in a timely manner from here on out. So basically, when I originally read this, I was like, okay, so she's having issues with Copium and they're not sending out the merch. Now, I didn't think anything of it because I just thought it was a company issue and another company's willingly taken over to help. Now, that actually being the case was not true. As going on to the next tweet that Bayo put out was, well, this just definitely wasn't fucking true. You'll see the second tweet in a second. But I was like, okay, so maybe the business is having issues. Okay, maybe they're having issues shipping stuff because money. Alright, fine. I'm not going to really see into this. That second tweet, however, changed, it flipped the whole thing. I will now show you the second tweet. As you can see on the screen, this is the tweet that Bayo put out on the 27th of February. The tweet reads, I have not received any revenue from my sold merch since 2022. My previous merch company approximately owes me $16,000 after production costs and fees. After being promised multiple times throughout the 2023 year that I would receive my missing payments, it was only last month did I find out that the company had completely burned through all their funds, leaving no money left to pay me out at all. The only option I have in order to make back what I'm owed is to try and sell the remainder of my extra merch inventory. The owner has agreed to give me 100% profits of sales in order to at least break even and salvage what was originally supposed to be my revenue. That is why I wanted to let you, my community, know the reason why I am re-releasing older variations of my merch. I am aware that this does not account for the loss of time, damaged trust within my community, cancelled orders due to the sheer amount of wait time my fans had to endure for their merch, attorney fees, and my mental health. I was consistently told I would receive my revenue after the merch orders were fulfilled, but that day never came as merch was continuously delayed, and to this day, many members of my community have yet to see their orders from over a year ago arrive. I've gave the company countless chances to do right by my community because I cannot fathom the true extent of the situation. I'm extremely grateful that Vite Ramen has kindly volunteered to take over sales and shipment of the remainder of my inventory, otherwise I would be in an extremely dire financial situation. Statement was prepared with an attorney, and I just wanted to let my community know that this is my current situation. I genuinely thank each and every one of you for your continued support, and I am deeply sorry that once again I must ask my community to be patient. Now, as you can see from the tweet, that she basically, well, none of the merch, it looks like most of the merch wasn't sent, and she's owed $16,000 after all the production costs and fees that she made. And the fact is, she was promised multiple times throughout last year that she would receive the missing payments. Of course, she didn't receive any because the company had burned through all their funds, according to this. The thing is that Vite Ramen are actually being giga-chads here and are helping Bayo receive the merch and send it to people so it doesn't cost her as much. Because otherwise, as she says, she'd probably be in an extremely dire financial situation. The fact is, I feel like that, because there's another tweet I've got to show you after this, because this isn't the only one that's been affected. There's been 2 other people, as I mentioned at the start of the video, Yuzu and Shoto. But the fact is, being told consistently that she would receive revenue but then never get it is fucking scummy. Like, that is awful. And as a company, you're supposed to be, you know, people that help. And yet, what you've done is just completely fucked over someone that, you know, is probably getting backlash for this, even though it's not her fault, because it's out of her hands, because you're the company that's doing all of the merch orders and all of the, you know, the sales and that. You should not be burning through your money that you owe to multiple people that have used your company for merch. It is fucking stupid that this has happened. And the fact is, another company's had to take over and, you know, had to do what you were supposed to do in the first place is fucking ridiculous. Like, you should not be running a company if you can't fucking manage your money at all. Right, I'll show the next tweet and I'll explain more there. About 3 hours after Bayo put out her statement, Yuzu put out her statement saying that she also was owed money. The statement says, merch update from April 29th, 2023. For full transparency, I am owed around $4,500 after production costs and fees from the merch company I worked with. As of today, February 27th, 2024, I have not received any revenue from my merch line that has been managed by Copium Merch. It was only until recently I found out the company had burned through all of their funds and still yet to pay me. Currently, the owner has agreed to give me a full transfer of the remaining inventory of my merchandise as well as 100% of the revenue that will be made from it. Selling the remaining stock will be my only option of getting back what I am owed. The situation has put a serious amount of mental strain on me and has damaged the trust within my community. Thankfully, Vite Ramen has offered to take over sales and shipment of the remainder of my inventory. I'm truly and deeply sorry to my community, has been extremely patient and understanding throughout all of this. Thank you for your continued support. Her statement's a lot shorter than Bayo's, but basically they've both been fucked over by Copium Merch. And hers is more recent than Bayo's one, like her merch line. But the fact is, the company just completely fucked up funds. And the fact is, they're both owed collectively about $20,000, like $21,000. The fact is, how do you burn through funds like this? I don't understand. And the fact is, the only people getting hurt apart from you are Yuzu and Bayo, because the community now aren't going to trust them because your guys' fuck up. It's out of their hands, and yet they will get the blame. And I think Bayo did put out a tweet about the fact is that this happened around the same time at the anniversary of what happened last year. I'm not going to go into what happened last year with Bayo, because if you guys were on Twitter around this time, because of Lunar New Year, she got into drama about it. It was fucking stupid, anyway. But the fact is, neither of them have been paid, and yet all that's happening to them is they're getting fucked over, and then they find out on the 27th that the company burned through their funds and they had no money to give them anyway. Like, that's got to be so horrible to find out that the fact is your merch hasn't been delivered to people. People are still waiting for their merch over a year later, and you find out the company's bankrupt, basically. Like, what? There is one more tweet I have to show, and it's from Shoto. Now, I'm not entirely sure with this tweet, and I will say this now, I'm not entirely sure if this tweet is also related to Copium, but judging from one of Bayo's responses to it, I do believe that it is the same company, that it is Copium. I'll show the tweet now from Shoto. As you can see from the screenshot, this is Shoto's reply to someone that was breaking the silence about not receiving their merch. The tweet from Bayan says, "Breaking my silence. I also have not received my Shoto 2.0 merch, to the point that they don't even reply to my emails, and I am also tired of waiting. I just let it go and labelled it as donation and charity on my end. I'm done, I'm tired, I want my merch." Shoto then replied to this saying, "The merch company told me everyone received their 2.0 merchandise or got a refund. Now I'm learning they lied and outright ignored my community. I'm going to have a serious talk with them once I'm back home because this is fucking ridiculous." Now, Shoto has every right to be fucking annoyed because the company, one, lied to him, and two, they've just ignored his community. He was under the pretense that that they've been given all their merch, that his community had been given all their merch, which he's now finding out now, however long it's been since the 2.0 merch drop, I can't remember when that was, keep in mind, because it's been a long time, that not everyone has received them, and he has every right to be pissed, because as a company, you should be getting the merchandise to people no matter what, and you should not be ignoring the community if they have issues with the merchandise. It's fucking ridiculous that this is even happening. This should not be happening. And the fact is, it's not affecting one person. It's affecting 3 people. Apparently, it's affecting more. But I don't know how true that is. I can't find any tweets to say it's affecting more. I only found these 3. So, you know, this is fucking ridiculous. And this shouldn't be happening. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't understand how as a company you think you could get away with this. Let alone burn the funds and then lie to 4 different people. Like, what goes through someone's head as a CEO to do that? Because I don't understand why you would do that. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I thought I would just cover this because this really, really fucking annoys me. Because it's just like, people, say for example like Bayo, Yuzu and Shoto will actually get hurt because of it, because even though it's out of their control and they can't do anything about it once they've given it to the merch company, the fact is they will get blamed for the merch company's failings, and it's like, it's not fair to them. It's just, I don't know, man. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I might cover some more things similar to this if anything else comes out that's bad, that I consider bad enough to cover. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this, and I will see you guys on the next video. Stay safe, and keep your loved ones close to you.